Okay, so we've done the true nut cut this way. It's now running true. The draw cut, the part of the tool that I'm using, I'm going to start the cuts here, and I'll tell you that the reason for that in just a minute. I'm going to use the bottom wing and the first 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. I'm not using the rest of that wing, just the bottom wing and the tip, 1/8 to 1/4. The flute is about 45 degrees, which is 1030. If you open it more than that, you're going to risk getting a catch. If you close it, you're back to scraping. You might as well use a skew on its edge. That actually it would do it. So the reason I'm going to start in the cut here is because when I switch it on, I can see it's running out there. If I start cutting here where it's running true, the shoulder that I create as I'm coming out here, I'm going to cut with more of that wing there, and it's going to be a very aggressive cut. You can do it when you get used to the tools, and but at first start off slowly. Remember, it's about the number of cuts you make. So we're going to start here first. You can see, or certainly I can see, it's running about 1/4 inch out. So tip of the tool, come back to here. Always cutting with that tip. I can feel it grabbing a little bit. The reason for that is there's wormholes on the corner. They're much softer, and the tool wants to just grab. There goes the divider. So I'm taking a lighter cut there. Again, just the tip of the tool. There's the shoulder, and start cutting into the shoulder with the tip this way. I'm holding the tool quite firmly because it wants to kick slightly, and then just drawing it out. Depending on the amount of pressure I put on, if I put a lot of pressure on, I'll take a heavy cut. Or a light amount of pressure. Same part of the tool though. More control. Get that feel. Try all those different cuts and get the feel of the tool. Again, that was quite a large cut. Look where my finger is, my little finger, right close to the tip. If you have it down there, you haven't got any control. You would never hold a pencil up there and start writing. Okay, you hold a pencil towards the tip. Same here. My arm is parallel to the tool rest. Okay, so I'm not going to risk catching my hand. The tool rest, it's not that side of centre. You're never going to cut that side of centre anyway. That gives me all this tool rest to rest my arm on. So again, another cut. And one more. Notice the speed. It's running much slower there. So the speed of the tool is slower from the middle. As you get out here, the tool will want to feed a little bit more efficiently because it's running faster, peripheral speed. That's much slower there, much faster here. So okay, let's stop it, have a look, and let me get my water, and let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. So, there you go, look at that, fabulous. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to lean in here, just want to put the light on that a moment. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the figure running through there, the burr. That's what we're going to turn into. I'm going to put the foot here, form the outside shape, and then hollow it out. Okay, so we should reveal all this burr at the bottom of the calabash bowl. Again, it'll be footless. It'll feel just nice. Just going to spray this side. Yeah, the worm is from there to there. That's going to cut out. Unfortunately, and again I couldn't see it, that's just the look of the draw. There's a knot, and you'll see this as I get into it. There's a knot right on the third, more or less on the third where I want the curve to break from. There's going to be a hole in there. I'm not bothered. That's what's in there. That's what we'll deal with. It's not going to detract away from the piece whatsoever. My concern is that it either stays there or breaks out clean. What I might just do is put some super glue in there just to try and hold it, some super fast thin super glue, just to try and hold it, because I think it would look better with the knot in there. The grain around the knot, around any knot, is always really pretty. So again, it's just the way it is. It's a piece of wood. It can't always be perfect, and as I say, I really don't think it's going to detract away from the piece. So I'm just going to spin that, let it dry. That's just water I'm using there. Again, it's just to show what the grain's like. It will actually slightly soften the surface of the wood and make it easier to cut. So let's get rid of that, set the tool rest up, and we're just gonna spin it, let it dry, and we'll come back, mark for the foot, start cutting, and start forming the outside shape. Okay, so it's all cleaned up and ready to go. What I'm going to do now is mark the diameter of the tenon that I want to hold on to. Remember, I'd already set these before I mounted the piece of wood. I don't want to guess it, I want these exactly right. It gives me a much better holding point. Very, very important. So I'm going to scribe with the left leg. We're going to hold them up. I'm going to show you in that position there. I'm holding it between my finger, the left leg between my finger and thumb. You can turn the speed down to do this. You don't have to do it this way, just mark your tenon accurately. I prefer this way, it's quick, handy, accurate. So, I'm going to scribe with the left leg, match up with the right leg, and if the two match up, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So, just eyeball this here. There we go. If I was to get it wrong and it was too small and the left leg was there, look where the scribe line is. You can see that line there doesn't match up with this leg. So just move it out till they match up nicely. If we switch that off, I'll just show you. There we go, scribe with the left leg, match up with the right leg. That's exactly what we're looking for. So, parting tool, we're going to get the parting tool, and I'm going to make a cut square in first, move it over, make another cut. I'm going to make the tenon about 1/4 of an inch deep. It gives me a better holding, actually no, about 3/8. It's going to give me a better holding point, more to hold on to, and it gives me more wood to work with when I do the curve on the bottom. I'll be able to see that cut better. Okay, so square first. Feed that in nicely. Just going to make that a little bit deeper. Clean that up. Now I'm going to just go in a slight angle and put the dovetail on. That's perfect. Now then, I'm not concerned that I'm cutting a dovetail now. The curve will have nothing to do with that dovetail. It won't interfere. Remember, it's got to come right through where the foot is. The foot becomes part of this piece. I don't need a flat there because I'm holding on to a dovetail. When you hold on to a dovetail, it pulls it into the chuck. Even though it's not a flat, it's still supported somewhere on some of the face of the jaw. Okay, so don't worry about that. I much prefer the dovetail jaws. The serrated jaws are good for wet wood, maybe off-centering wood. But personally, I still prefer the machined, clean surface area grip of the dovetails. So, back to the ball gouge. I'm going to take this wood away. Again, just doing a draw cut. You saw the size of those two cuts. First one was quite light, second one was a heavier cut. Just put more pressure that way. This is relatively slow for the way I turn, but I know if I turn it up, there's some little bit of sapwood there, heartwood, there's a wormy area which is less dense, and so I know if I turn it up I'm not going to get what I want. So I'm just going to take as much wood away as I can now at this speed, and then as I can ease the speed up to the faster speed so I can get a more efficient cut. just try actually. Too impatient. A bit of vibration there. I might be able to go faster and go through that vibration. Settling down a bit. And then creeping up into vibration again. I'm going to turn it down a fraction. Let that vibration stop. There we go. Blade smooth touch. I'm just going to switch it off. Let me be honest with you. It's okay. That chewed it up a little bit. Right, switch it off. Basically. Oh, again, there you see, that area there is pretty soft because of the worm. It's the sapwood. We've got all the heartwood here, so that's actually wanting to kind of do this as it's turning. Don't worry, when we cut that bit off, when we cut the corner off, it'll start to balance up. Then I should be able to tweak that speed up. So I'm going to put up with a little bit of vibration at the moment. As I said, now I know exactly what I've got left to work with. I'm going to bring the camera angle around to here so you're looking square on. I think it'll help with the black smoke. You'll see the profile better. The cuts that I'm going to do are no different to the cuts that I've just been doing. I'm not going to start, just because I'm cutting curves, that I'm still cutting with that part of the tool. I'm not going to go from that part as I go around the curve onto the tip and go into a push cut, or start cutting with the tip. You'll see my body moving and forming that curve, cutting with the same part of the tool. Okay, that'll be a better shot for you. So we're going to move on to there, and I'm going to turn the whole of the outside of the piece. I'm just going to go for it. Okay, I'll make changes, I'm sure, adjustments. So see you in just a minute.